Good afternoon, Palisades High School students and parents. Mr. Heffernan here, the high school principal, to bring you some important updates. I wanted to take a moment to review with you some important information as we get ready to resume face-to-face instruction on October 5th. First, I want to talk with our parents and our guardians about teacher intro videos that will be available later today. Next, I want to take you on a tour of the building to give you some information with regards to things that have changed since the last time you stepped foot inside the high school. We'll take a look at the science wing, and we'll talk about some of the procedures that are now in place for all students and all people that come into our building beginning on October 5th. First, let me start by talking about teacher intro videos. Later today, after 4 p.m., parents and guardians will be able to learn about their child's teachers and the courses along with specific requirements. Please log into your Canvas Observer account and access each one of your child's courses and look on the home page for the intro video from that teacher. If you need information as to how to create a Canvas Observer account, please reference the email that I sent today with specific steps and guidelines to do that. Now that we have some of that procedural information taken care of, let's take a little tour of the school to learn about those things that are going to be different when you step inside the building on October 5th. Students and parents, one of the key elements to our health and safety plan is proper masking. Let me take a moment to review with you some of the masking expectations for students' return. First and foremost, you must always wear your mask properly, which means it needs to cover your nose and your mouth. Anytime you're on the Palisades High School campus, you need to have your mask on. So what does that mean? That means when you're getting out of your car, put your mask on. It means when you're waiting for the technical school bus in front of the building or in the bus channel, keep your mask on. It means anytime you are in the hallways, you must have your mask on. It means that when you're in the classrooms, you must have your mask on. So I guess the question now becomes, when can I take my mask off? You can take your mask off when you're eating lunch and you're maintaining 6 feet social distancing. You can also take your mask off when your teachers have designated a specific time for a masking break. Right now, our health and safety plan calls for 1 break every 45 minutes, not to exceed 10 minutes, as long as 6 feet social distancing is maintained between people in that particular class. Speaking of social distancing, obviously all of our classrooms have been set up to have 6 feet social distancing between learning spaces. When you're in the hallways, try to maintain as much social distancing as possible because that keeps you safe and it keeps others safe. I'd now like to transition and turn over the microphone to Mrs. Schlosser, our assistant principal, to talk with you about some of the hallway setups and some of the opportunities to get water filling stations for you when you come back to school on October 5th. Mrs. Schlosser.
Hello, students and parents. As Mr. Heffernan said, we are so excited to have you back in the building. I'd like to show you our one-way hallways and areas which indicate in which way you should be walking. Right now I'm in the 100 hallway, and as you can see, arrows are on the floor which show students, faculty, and staff which way they should be walking in the hallway. The next thing I'd like to show you is a water bottle filling station. I'm also outside room 114, where you can see we have one of our water bottle filling stations. These will be throughout the building for students, faculty, and staff to use. Thank you, and I'd now like to turn it over to Mr. Heffernan for another important reminder.
Thank you, Mrs. Schlosser, for that information regarding the one-way hallways and the water bottle refilling stations. I know there's a lot of excitement to get back in this building on October 5th, and we look forward to having you here, the teachers, the staff, the administrators. We've missed you guys, and we can't wait to get you back in this building. There's also an added excitement with the science wing renovation nearing completion, and it will be complete by the time you get back on October 5th. Let's take a little sneak peek at what this new learning area is going to look like and how it is here to give you the best facilities possible from a science education perspective. Let's take a walk down the one-way hallway, keeping our masks on, and to take a peek at the science wing. Join me. As we turn the corner from the 100 hallway into the A corridor, you will notice we still have a little bit of a construction zone, but I want you to notice the differences that now exist compared to when you were here last time. There's all new lighting down the hallway. There's all new tiles that you'll see throughout the Science Wing Center. Come on, let's take a walk and continue our way down to the Science Wing. So here we are, the main entrance to the Science Wing Center. Immediately you will notice that it's much wider and much more light shows through for the students, the staff, and the administration to walk into this center. Notably, we now have 4 labs down here. 2 chem labs on this side of the hallway, 2 bio labs on this side of the hallway. At the top of the steps, those physics classrooms have been fully renovated. Please join me and walk into the Science Wing collaboration area before we duck into a classroom to check out what's going on. Here we are in room 203. This will be a biology classroom that Mr. Chilton will predominantly work out of. As you can see, it's a great space for learning biology and AP biology and natural environmental science. Believe it or not, this is one of our smallest science classrooms, and as you can see, it is a really nice size. Once again, we covered a lot of important topics today, from procedures when you get back into the building, to meeting the teachers through videos that will go out later today after 4 p.m., and even a sneak peek of the Science Wing Center renovations. Next week, I hope to do another video where we're going to give you some more information about the return to school on October 5th. Things that we're going to be covering next week will include dismissal procedures, as they're going to be staggered this year, cafeteria and lunch procedures, along with other information pertinent to you successfully and safely returning to Palisades High School on October 5th. Have a great weekend.